Planet Startup Stories, conversations that inform, inspire, and empower. Join us as we talk about entrepreneurship, rising above life's many challenges, and building bridges and creating partnerships to support dreamers and doers around the world. Produced by Planet Startup, a charitable nonprofit that helps disadvantaged people in communities throughout the United States and around the world to become entrepreneurial leaders in their nations.
For today's episode, joining us is PEREX-WP, and we will talk about Planet Startups initiatives in Africa. So today we have with us our guest, Mr. Simon Day Walker, Deputy National Director of PEREX-WP, and Mr. Billy Malombo, National Director of Planet Startup DRC and General Manager of PEREX-WP. My name is Lev, and with me as well is Dr. Gerald Feinstein, the founder of Planet Startup. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello there. Hey, good morning, everybody. I just really am so happy everybody can attend today because we've got some important things to do. Because what we want to do, I like to keep it simple and share what we're doing and how what we're doing is going to be focused on the DRC. What we're essentially doing around the world, and basically based on data, is we're creating millionaires in various very rural areas in South America, in Africa, in different areas. And we want to do this because we know that the countries around the world, whether you're in Africa, whether the US or China, the national governments do not have the resources to come and help us. Entrepreneurism is the way we make things happen. And what Planet Startup does is uses the Harvard case study method, which means you learn by doing. We actually, in classes that we teach, help individuals set up companies by doing business plans, by free hosting on websites, connecting them up with partners in the US and around the world to help make their companies happen. And they have to do their part. They have to show up. They have to complete the work. But what we're focused on is whether we're working with people in Africa, South America, or wherever, is teaching individuals how to create their own businesses, and in many cases, sell to their neighbors, but also export to different regions around the world to bring hard currencies in to circulate within their communities. And what we found out by doing this, by helping people do this, we've actually gotten awards for helping women. You know, this is a very important month now. And, you know, we received this award years ago, and I didn't know how why we got it. I said, we're just training people. And they said, did you ever notice that more than half the people in your classes are women? I said, no, we just teach. You know, we notice that, but we never actually count. It just happens that way. And they said, because what that means then, they become more independent. They don't get involved in these forced early marriages, cuts down on rape, violence against women, and a host of other kinds of things. We didn't know we were doing that. So we get these awards in areas that are kind of tangential to what our focus is, because all we do, we're a one-trick pony in that we help individuals create their own companies. It's called job creation. We're apolitical. And what apolitical means is that whether you're, on the right or the left, nobody cares as long as we're helping individuals create jobs, because everybody is for job creation. We're right in the middle. That's what we do. We don't get involved in politics. We just get involved in creating jobs and creating wealth for individuals. And the nations that we work in like it because they can go ahead and tax the profits. And in some cases, those profits are phenomenal. So that's what we do. And what we want to do is work with the people in the Democratic Republic of Congo and other areas of Central Africa to help make this happen, because we have a program we call them Barefoot Entrepreneurs. And they go into, I think you might have seen this, some of the most rural areas of Ghana and other areas, in helping individuals set up companies to raise poultry, honey, cosmetics and things like that. And that's where most governments don't go. We also work in cities like Accra and some of the cities up in Nigeria to help individuals set up advertising agencies. And then in one particular one, we've working with one of their clients in India to help transfer money, because that was an issue, and then connecting them up with advertising agencies in the US who want representation in Africa. So, and we don't charge for this. Here at Planet Startup, we're a real charitable organization. With anything that we get goes to our served populations. And in light of that, which is really interesting, what one of you might be able to talk about is, I know Jackie was this amazing individual who helped get us connected, but I don't know the whole backstory about how that worked in terms of working with people who are, diabetics and helping them pay for their insulin and things like that. She's such a caring, wonderful individual. And possibly you might be able to say what's the backstory in how Planet Startup got connected with you and why you felt it was worthwhile to partner with us.
Je pense que M. Philippe. Oui, la première question. Hein? Oui. 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 Bon, vous savez, j'ai toujours dit, hein, le monde fonctionne en réseau, c'est-à-dire les humains se connaissent et puis ils se connectent, ils se communiquent, ils se partagent des ressources. Et avec Planet Startup, tout a commencé avec la connexion avec Madame Jacqueline, qui nous a connus, qui connaît un peu aussi la RDC, avec le Congo et tout ça. Nous a mis en contact avec le responsable de Planet Startup, le docteur Jerry, qui est le numéro 1, qui a partagé avec nous, qui nous a approchés. Il avait voulu aussi savoir qu'est-ce que nous faisons, comment nous pensons par rapport à la réalisation de certains projets sur la formation et tout. Alors, connaissant ce que Planet Startup réalise comme œuvre, comme activité dans plusieurs pays en Afrique, parce que nous avons pu visualiser les images, les vidéos de Planet Startup pour savoir un peu ce qu'ils font dans différents pays. Et nous avons trouvé que c'était intéressant. Et voyant que PEREX aussi voulait et travaille dans l'investissement, comment dirais-je, il investit dans l'homme, c'est-à-dire dans la formation, on s'est dit c'est très intéressant de nous mettre ensemble, de travailler en synergie pour, n'est-ce pas, investir dans l'homme, dans l'humain, afin de pouvoir faciliter la jeunesse congolaise, de pouvoir acquérir certaines compétences, certaines connaissances avec des mentors extérieurs de Planet Startup pour faciliter, n'est-ce pas, le travail, pour faciliter et lutter, n'est-ce pas, contre le chômage ici en RDC.
Yeah, like firstly, as we know very well, like the world today, technology, it's more connected. Like we cannot do anything without connection. So we are connected, like in the internet. So for us also, PEREX, we were connected through Madame or a lady called Madame Jacqueline. She was the one who connected us with Planet Startup. And we were able to be connected or to have a time to be in contact with like Dr. Jerry. He was the one who welcomed us for the first time when we got a time to speak with Dr. Jerry. And so the main point, it was when we look at Planet Startup like website, and we saw too many videos. And many things that Planet Startup they did in Africa, like in West Africa, They have done too many things with dedication with the youth. And we saw that it was the same, like the same goal or vision that PEREX also has, because PEREX has the same vision, like to train those, to care about the youth, to train the youth, to help them with technology and many skills. And so when we look at the video with Planet Startup, and we were like, boom, this is going to work because it's the vision that we have. And at the same time, we were looking for partnership, and we saw like, yeah, this will be the very good connection. So we have to be in contact with Planet Startup, and we're gonna talk with them, and we're gonna see what it's going to bring us after the years. So we decided to be in contact, to take the contract, like to work in partnership with Planet Startup, so that we can be able to help in Congo, here first, like in Kinshasa state, where poverty is too much, because too many young people, they don't have nothing to do. But through these skills, it's going to help them to be more self-reliant, because too many people, they're just waiting to set the resume to go out to look for the job. But what we saw interesting, it was like, yeah, Planet Startup want to train people to be entrepreneurs. And we were like, yeah, this is going to work, because what we are going to train those young or the youth, that they have their ideas, they have some ability to build their own work, but they don't know where they can start. But through Planet Startup, and the way that Planet Startup, it's going to help them with the skills that Planet Startup it has. And we are going to help those youth or those people in DRC so that we can raise more funds. And it was very interesting for us to get the contracts and to be in partnership with Planet Startup.
Well, that's perfect. That's perfect, because see, that's the same thing that we do, although here we call it the Harvard case method. And that's where you learn the theory, but you also learn how to apply the theory to build something that somebody will want to pay you to do, as opposed to, you know, going to school and somebody comes out of school and they go to work and somebody asks them to do something, and you find out they can talk about it, but they can't actually do it.
Yeah.
So what we do, and the other thing too that we found out, that there's so many people will go to school to get a job in, say, not get a job, but get a degree in political science and literature or something like that. And then they say, oh, we're going to get a good job afterwards. Well, possibly not, because what we can also see that in Africa, as well as around the world, if somebody has a degree in project management, there's 3 or 4 high-paying jobs waiting for them. And then they go through the Project Management Institute and get certified, and they could go anywhere in the world with that. And that's why within our program, we have a little introductory section. We tell people how they can go get certified, and we just get them ready for those kinds of things, because otherwise you go to school for a lot of years and you can't get a job. That's happening in the US and Europe and Africa, same thing.
Monsieur Billy, c'était juste ce qu'il voulait aussi appuyer concernant ce que vous venez de nous dire. Il y a beaucoup de gens qui apprennent aussi, mais il y a moins de pratiques et de théories. Alors, même pour eux aussi, c'est qu'avec le programme qui est Planet Startup, là, c'est de faire valoriser donc le gens, tu apprennes quelque chose comme ça, soit tu as déjà du talent, et puis déjà du côté des projets. Donc, tu connais déjà au moins comment créer ou comment rédiger un projet. Mais au moins, Planet Startup, il est là pour aider les gens. Vous pouvez encore avoir encore plus des idées. Et puis, ce que vous allez apprendre avec Planet Startup, ça peut vous aider même si vous sortez en dehors du pays. Pour chercher du travail, vous pouvez les trouver facilement. Comme ici en Afrique, soit ici au Congo, pouvez être des licenciés, des gradués, mais vous êtes là, il n'y a pas de travail parce que vous êtes plus focalisé dans le théorique et le pratique. Donc, c'était juste ce que vous voulez aussi ajouter.
Exactement. J'appuie ce que Dr. Jerry vient de dire parce que, vous savez, si je veux communiquer aussi la vision de la conférence que nous avons lancée, que nous allons tenir en date du 27 mars de cette année, de ce mois-ci, en fait, nous voulons démontrer aux gens avec Planète Startup ensemble qu'au lieu d'attendre que le travail vienne vers vous, vous avez la possibilité de pouvoir le créer. Donc, vous avez les idées, vous pouvez les accoucher, comprenez? Parce que l'homme est capable de s'adapter. Quand il a l'information, il a la possibilité de pouvoir créer lui-même. Alors, étant donné que beaucoup ont la peur de pouvoir commencer une activité, de pouvoir rédiger un projet, ils ont toujours la peur, souvent attendre que le travail puisse venir. Vous avez vu dans nos témoignages, nous avons un médecin qui a témoigné. Il a travaillé, il a étudié, il a fini sa formation en médecine, mais jusqu'à la fin, il n'avait pas la possibilité d'utiliser l'outil informatique, par exemple. Et cela lui a même empêché de trouver du travail parce qu'on voulait quelqu'un qui avait la possibilité de manipuler le computer. Mais malheureusement, elle n'avait pas ça parce qu'il avait négligé. Alors, avec les formations que nous avions lancées avec PEREX-WP, ça lui a donné la possibilité, hormis la formation médicale qu'il avait reçue, il a reçu un autre bagage qui lui a propulsé et aujourd'hui, il a trouvé son travail. Donc, voilà un peu, également, nous avons la même vision avec Planète Startup. Merci, Dr. Jerry.
I support what Dr. Jerry just said, and it's the same thing that we are also going to work on it with like during our conference that is going to come up by next this coming Saturday. And it's also the same thing that we are going to talk about it. It's the same thing that we want like human or the youth to be creative. Like there is a lot of people here in DRC, they have fears, like they fear to start something that like they can do it today, but they have fears because they don't think so that thing can work because they feel like, yeah, I can start my own business, but I don't know how I can start it. And so there is also some people who like they were being trained, but they are not good at like being able to demonstrate like what they have. So our vision, like PEREX vision and Planet Startup are just the same. They're just closer because if we can follow up on one testimony that we have, there was a lady, she's a doctor. Like she didn't know how to use computer, but she was looking for a job, and in that same job, they were looking for someone who knows computer, someone who has some like idea or abilities to use computer, but she didn't know anything about computer. Because why? She never liked to to learn or to be trained, to go to the training center for computer stuff. So when she lost that job and she was now able to go back because she lost the job, she messed up the job, and she was now looking for the way how she can learn computer so that she can go back to that job, so that because she know computer already. And so Mr. Beauty want to support what Dr. Jerry just said. It's very good and very clear. Thank you so much.
I've got another question, because what really amazed me was the very important project that you have, your idea about the diabetic program, because you do other things too, but the idea of that and why you're doing it and what you want the outcomes to be, I think is amazing. And I was wondering if you could share a little bit about that. I mean, that's just amazing, because I'd like to get the word out around the world what you're doing and why you're doing it and why it's so important.
So, Monsieur Billy, Dr. Jerry, il voulait d'abord féliciter pour le projet que vous avez. C'est vraiment un projet vraiment très exceptionnel. Il a vraiment apprécié le projet du diabète. Alors, si vous pouvez au moins nous parler un peu du projet diabétique en un mot, juste un peu là.
Là, il y a beaucoup à dire, hein, en tout cas. En fait, tout a commencé parce que je travaille avec une ONG internationale, belge, une mise à Belgique, qui, en passant, je félicite aussi les activités et le travail que Mémis a accompli en République démocratique du Congo pour soutenir les patients, principalement les patients diabétiques, en leur dotant des insulines, des seringues et de tous les autres intrants pour la prise en charge du diabète en Afrique et plus précisément au Congo. Alors, moi, j'ai mon profil informaticien, j'ai appris l'informatique, je suis IT et data manager. Je gère au fait les données sanitaires, les données statistiques des patients diabétiques. Et je vois comment est-ce que les patients viennent pour avoir les médicaments gratuitement, parce que ce sont des patients pauvres. Il y a la pauvreté, il y a la malnutrition au Congo. Il y a beaucoup qui n'ont même pas la possibilité de s'acheter une seule flacon d'insuline. Ils n'ont pas d'argent. Mais le projet donne aux patients diabétiques, avec ses partenaires bien sûr, donne aux patients diabétiques la gratuité de médicaments, gratuitement à tous les patients, que ce soit les enfants et les adultes. Tu peux déjà interpréter ça.
Okay. Donc, like what we have with PEREX, Mr. Billy, he's working with MEMISA as MEMISA is an NGO like Belgium, but they are working also here in Kinshasa. And Mr. Billy used to work with them for 9 years from now, and he's very good with that. So for now, what he wants to share about diabetic like diabetic program, it's he really have a hom's heart with him by helping those people, because he has the database on with him. He knows those people. He knows too many centers around where there is diabetics people around. But those people, they really need a support or care from us. So the way they used to get medication or the insulin also for free. So the way now it comes with PEREX, Mr. Billy, he has a very huge idea on how he's going to help those people. But the first thing, what we got or what we have, it's not by helping those people, like being with professional in the professional ways, so that how those people they can be able to get different medication, because those people they cannot also, as we know very well, with disease and sicknesses, illness, there is no one who can live without having drugs or without having medicine. So those people also, diabetic people, they really need to be cared of. Some people they can take care of them, and so they can be able to get some medicine so that can help them to live long. And without medicine, they cannot live. So the idea of what Mr. Billy has is to help those people, so that those people they can be able to get medicine by themselves. As we said in the first time, it's by training those people how they can be more self-reliant, so that they can be able by themselves to get more medications or insulin by themselves. Because today we can depend on people, because we are in we are sick, we are in illness, because we don't have too much money, and we can lean on people because we have some NGOs around that provide or like supplies some medical stuff for us. But today or tomorrow they cannot be around. Even the government also he cannot do anything for those people. But what we need, or PEREX need to do, is to help those people. They can be able to buy the medicine by themselves. Even the government can help them, can support them or not, or any international NGO can come to support them or not. But those people, they can be able to buy some medicine by themselves because they have been trained by PEREX-WP how they can raise funds. We have a different skill, training skills, and we are also going to train them how they can do trades, different trades, so that they can earn more income. And so that is the very nice projects about diabetics in Kinshasa.
What are your funding needs for this one, in terms of the resources that you need for you to mobilize and be able to execute your training program?
Okay. Monsieur Billy, la dame demandait concernant notre besoin, le besoin là que nous avons pour aider ces gens ici. Donc, le besoin concernant ce que je viens de leur expliquer, concernant le maladie que nous avons comme le diabétique, qui beaucoup de familles, beaucoup de gens utilisent ces gens, ou soit appellent ces gens-là comme des sorciers. Alors maintenant, là, elle demande pour savoir c'est quoi notre besoin. Qu'est-ce que nous avons comme besoin pour aider ces gens-là?
Voilà. Au fait, merci beaucoup pour la question. Vous savez, ici, par rapport à tout ce qui est médical, la prise en charge est vraiment structurée. Nous avons des centres de santé dans chaque commune qui prennent en charge des patients qui viennent, qui reçoivent les médicaments et qu'on sort. Mais par rapport à ces projets, étant donné que c'est un nouveau projet que nous voulons mettre en exécution, nous avons pensé beaucoup plus au lieu pour les aider, bien sûr, nous voulons mettre en place un centre de formation. Un centre de formation où nous allons l'équiper en matériel de tout ce qui est ordinateur, imprimante, tout ce qui est outils de formation, tels que pour faire la pâtisserie, pour fabriquer de produits, de transformation. Un centre vraiment convivial où nous aurons vraiment un bon nombre de machines, des outils qui puissent nous aider à inviter les patients qui sont pris en charge, qui sont reconnus diabétiques dans leur structure. Parce que nous avons des structures des églises catholiques qui sont très bien structurées, qui sont bien organisées, qui reçoivent des patients diabétiques. Ce sont les BDOM, on les appelle des BDOM, Bureau diocésain des œuvres médicales. Donc, l'église catholique, Catholic Church, a organisé, n'est-ce pas, les centres qui prennent en charge les patients. Et nous allons travailler avec ces centres pour permettre que ces patients qui sont suivis là-bas puissent venir dans le centre que Planète Startup et PEREX-WP mettra en place pour les former. Donc voilà, notre besoin, c'est un projet qui était bien écrit et estimé à 250 000 $ américains pour nous permettre d'avoir une bonne salle, des ordinateurs. On avait estimé au moins 150 ordinateurs, laptops et desktops et quelques matériels qu'on a listés dans le projet afin de pouvoir réunir ces patients-là et les former dans un cadre très beau. Mais nous avons aussi pensé, pendant les formations, étant donné qu'il y a des médecins déjà qui prennent en charge, que nous ayons un médecin avec nous qui suivra ces patients-là. Pendant qu'ils reçoivent la formation, s'il y a un cas d'hypoglycémie, il y aura un médecin avec nous pour la réanimation, pour leur donner quelque chose à manger afin qu'ils ne tombent pas dans l'hypoglycémie. Voilà un tout petit peu le besoin que nous avons pour mettre en place un centre de formation que Planète Sarah pourra nous appuyer et tout le monde, les donateurs, les personnes qui sont touchés afin de pouvoir venir en aide de ces patients diabétiques.
Okay, like to back to your question, what Mr. Bill is trying to say, it's about our needs. Like the first, what we need on how we can help those people, how we can help those diabetic patients. So the first thing is we need to have a place like a training center. That is the first thing that we need, to have a training center, because the training center, it can allow too many diabetics people, they can come to our training center, because people are like, it's a very wide place. We cannot start going place by place by place to find those diabetic people and to train them. So all of them, they need to come to be in the same place, to be together in one place, and different location, different times, so that they can start learning and doing some stuff. So the first thing that we need is that, because our project was writing the project, and the only way that we can do that, because there will be too many people, they will need to learn how to sew clothes. Some, they will need to learn how to make a bread, cake, or different stuff. And some also, they will like to make their own, like soap in our, like in the traditional way, or in the local way, they can make their local soap. Soap and candle, toffees, and all those stuff, and biscuits. So all of that, we need to have a place, a training center. And in our project, what we written like the needs or the found, it was $250,000. $250,000. And we need also to get more computer or laptops, that we planning to get 150, because the training center, it will be a very huge place where all those people, they will start coming. Because in the database, what we have, it's 3,000 people that we have in our database, only in Kinshasa, and they are not enough. But what we got from the different centers or medical centers, we have it in our database. There are 3,000 of patients. But without that also, there are also more of those people. And we cannot have a small training center. We need to have a huge training center with different skills and materials, where those people, they will start coming and to be trained on that. And also, what we are hoping for, we need that training center, it will be between PEREX and Planet Startup. PEREX and Planet Startup, and we are going to have different trainers. And those trainers, they are going to be even out of the boundaries, like out of the country. Some, they can be trained online, but being practicing, they can have some, like a teacher or someone physical here in Congo, he can help them or doing more practical with them. Okay. And yeah, and another thing is there is only another way, as Mr. Beauty said, the only way that we can do the great job is to love what we are doing. And that is the only way that we can also help those people. We really love those people. We really care about them, but we don't have enough.
Absolutely. I would encourage people to go to our website, which is planetstartup.org, donate. But at the same time, what we do is, oh, and by the way, when you do donate, it will ask whether you want to donate to a particular cause. You can say the Diabetics training program or something like that, and that's kind of put aside. But at the same time, the way we've worked it, and I want to share that with you. In the beginning, we looked at this when we first started Planet Startup, and we say we need millions of dollars. to do what we wanted to do, because we looked at the problems around the world, not just Africa. Yeah. And then if you take a look at, I think, the material that I sent you about, how we work and that sort of thing, and there was the story about the starfish thrower. We started out with, almost nothing, just our partnerships, and except the fact that we had our connections in the US and around the world, and we taught our classes. And in one case, I think like in Sierra Leone, I don't know if I sent you the video, we were doing it in people's homes, we were doing it in churches, we were doing it in hotel meeting rooms. And then Karine, who will be at the conference Saturday, on her program, she got a local telephone or company to provide internet connections. We had the graduation and things like that. So in the beginning, we were just kind of putting things together that way. But at the same time, we can set up GoFundMe programs. And what we do as part of our training program, we actually help our people do that. And then because they'll have an idea, you have an idea, and the idea is to go on GoFundMe, but and other ones. And if the story is compelling, you'll get more money than you need. If it's not compelling, you won't, but it'll expose your idea to the world. And some people have been very successful in more than meeting their goals when they tell their compelling story. And quite frankly, you have a very compelling story to tell, and we can help you set that up. And we will go ahead and do that. We can discuss next steps on how that can happen. Okay?
Okay. I think that is a very good a good thing that you tell us, and we are still going to keep it up and to try, because we're still doing our best. We are still doing our best because we were supposed to do another thing, but because we care about those people, we really care about those people. They are our brothers and sisters. We cannot leave those people without having any support.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But the other thing that I would suggest is that you start small. And the reason why starting small is good is because if it's the first time you're doing this particular program, it's like practice, getting things going, getting comfortable with it. And once you get the local people who are all trained in the disciplines and things like that, then those people will train others, and the program will grow in a very sustainable way. What we don't want to do is have a program that's too large where it doesn't work. It just, if you do it small at first and people get comfortable with it, it can grow very easily. We'll connect you up with some of the other people who have been very successful in growing their programs, and they can help you grow your programs the same way they did theirs. And one of the essential ingredients of all this, in many cases, was microfinancing, and they know how to make that happen. And you probably do too, but without the microfinancing, it stops. There's the class, they finish up, they say, what do I do now? I can't buy my chickens or fish or the equipment I need to set up my advertising company. So we can do all the mentoring in the world, but if they can't get their little operating expenses, either way, microfinancing, you buy a little bit, you sell it, and you pay it back, and you grow and grow and grow. That has created millions of dollars for some people to grow their program in these very rural areas. Okay. So we can help you in many ways do that. Okay. All our contacts will be yours.
That's it.
Vraiment, je dis merci, thank you à Planet Startup, mais également à tous ceux qui sont en train de nous suivre en ce moment. Nous avons besoin de votre soutien, nous avons besoin de votre appui pour que nous puissions atteindre nos objectifs petit à petit, comme Dr. Jerry nous a vraiment orienté. Et nous vous disons un grand merci de tout cœur. Comme ici en Afrique, on dit merci comme ça. Merci de tout cœur. Et nous serons là pour travailler ensemble pour le bien-être de la population. Merci.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, all of you.
So thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for Planet Startup, and thank you because you have been and you mean too much for us. And thank you for the idea and your innovation and everything that you are doing for the world. You are doing for the mankind. Thank you again for thinking about DRC. And we hope these things will blow up tomorrow or after tomorrow. And for everyone who are following us, we don't have much to say, but only thing that we can say, it's only Mr. Jerry is the king, and Planet Startup.
I thank you so much, and because really, Planet Startup is all of us. That's the way it was supposed to be.
And thank you so much, Madame Levisiel, for everything that you are doing for Planet Startup, and for the good thing you still doing each and every day for PEREX-WP to be known in the United States and in Canada. And thank you so much for that. So we thank you so much.
Like what Dr. Gerald said, Planet Startup is all of us. And I'm happy to be part of the group. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's it for today. And again, to our listeners and viewers, see you on our next episode. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you.